A second Giro career stage win for Olaf Kooij. That brings his total number of professional wins to 40. And what a team performance that was, Adam Blythe. A phenomenal lead-out by Vuelta bike.
I just said then, after that finished, I don't think I've seen a lead-out like that and as good as that in a long, long time. Wout van Aert, Affini, first of all, 2K to 1K to go. 1K to go until 250 metres to go. Wout van Aert, we know he's good, we know he's strong, but to be able to accelerate out of a corner like that after doing 500 metres in the wind, jeez Louise, I want to swear to say how impressive that is. It's just phenomenal, and that's what Robbie said. That's what he's been missing.
Yeah, he was the missing link. Wout van Aert, with his mojo, was the missing link for Olaf Kooij. We've been talking since the start of the race, when we saw the start list, that Olaf Kooij intrinsically is the fastest man in this field. But it takes a little bit more than that to be able to win. It's either a little bit of luck or a pinch of Wout. Can we just see him back? I mean, brilliant. It's exactly what he needed.
There was a moment just because Kooij was detached from it, wasn't he? And then he fought his way back up the inside and touched the wheel. I think it was of Wout. Yeah. Nearly came down. Yeah. But yeah.
It's unbelievable. If we look at this is under the K to go banner, so that's a K to go over there. You've got Wout van Aert coming to the front, Kooij tucked in behind him, Groves there, Van Uden just here, Mads Pedersen here. But we'll have to fast forward this because it's going to be
a long
Let's watch the whole one.
Yeah, let's watch the whole thing. So yeah, it's just Van Aert, but taking it up from this far out, when we were watching, we were saying, this is a long way to go. Surely he's going to get overtaken. But the benefit of where Kooij is sat here is that he's right on the wheel. He's not taking any wind apart from the wind that he's got to push. Same with Turner. Caden Groves is all right, but look at Pedersen out here in the wind. Then you've got Sam Bennett back here, just in the wind, all trying to move up and using that little bit of extra energy.
You know the big difference for Walt being able to defend this position, take it all the way in, behind him. Sprinter, 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 sprint. No lead out, man. There's no one to come and try and dive bomb the last corner, take over control at the front from Wout van Aert. So he just keeps going and going. And the benefit of that final corner, he can roll into it, few deep breaths through the corner, another couple of deep breaths, then it straightens up and prime himself for another big 200-metre effort out of that corner. It was power and precision, though, by Visma bike, and they've been missing Wout there. They've had Affini, they had Kooij. You throw in Wout, and then you drag it all the way in.
Yeah, because it was a huge effort from Affini as well, wasn't it?
Monster effort. There were so many big, powerful riders all across the road. With that head-on shot, you could sense just the raw power, and it was just about brute strength. That's why they needed Affini at that point. But then, as we said, the way that Wout took it up and spent the best part, like 3/4 of a minute on the front. God knows how many watts he was putting out, but that was the Wout that we wanted to see, wasn't it?
I'd say over 500.
They actually call them Wouts now, not Watts.
Shoot, Adam, you wanted to dive back into this.
Off his shoulder, wasn't he? But no, this is an interesting part. Coming into this corner here, this way you can see Caden Groves started to come up the inside. The risk is going up the inside. You get boxed in, heavy on the brakes. Pedersen here, he's looking to go down the outside, but he knows coming out of this corner, everyone will drift right, so he doesn't want to take that risk, as the same with Caden, so he's in and out of the wheels. Fratani's trying to move into the gap to protect us against Scaroni here, and Bennett is just trying to move around, basically, but from this line back here, nothing really happens coming into the finish. But I want you to keep an eye on Van Uden. Is it Van Uden? Yeah, Van Uden coming out of this corner, because he went early for a good reason. So if you press play, coming into the corner, there's a little bit of argy-bargy with Groves here and Mads, just to protect that wheel, protect the position coming into the corner. Eventually, Mads loses out to Caden on the outside of it. But as I said, watch Van Uden. A slight gap opens up here, and this is Van Uden's sprint started right now. A run at the wheel, uses that slipstream from Ben Turner, launches, well, I'm going to say 300 to go, 320 to go.
Way too far.
Way too far to go.
I think he panicked a little bit, realised he's running with speed into the wheel and decided to go. But it's so far to go. Effectively, when he started coming along, when Walt was still leading out, he's primed then to actually inadvertently become a lead-out man.
Yeah, he was very lucky, and Kooij in that instance there as well, to get out of Van Aert's wheel. To come out, if he kept close to him, he'd have really blocked him in because he had nowhere to go. So Kooij found the space up towards the front. And then you've got, obviously here, Caden Groves, who's run it Van Uden's wheel but got nudged out, and then the same thing for Mads. But just watch our own BT, the old BT tower, Ben Turner. Flipping heck, I've just seen that shot. It's good to have putting bowl patches going, isn't it? Sorry.
And amazing, Josh Tarling set him up for that. I mean, he's got that brute force. But Ben is a good sprinter, but he isn't of the class. He's just got himself in a great position here, Robbie, hasn't he?
He did. He put himself in prime position in Olaf Kooij's wheel on the back of the lead-out. Behind him, he had Van Uden, Groves, Mads Pedersen, all faster sprinters, but he had the benefit of being in position and riding the slipstream all the way in. The others all tried to start their sprint. They all came out in the wind, one by one, so they were all full brunt into the wind. But Ben Turner's just still sliding along in the slipstream following Olaf Kooij, and he's ridden himself to a podium position on the stage. So it was a brilliant ride by him. Van Uden, that is so impressive of how far he went. Became a lead-out effectively for Olaf Kooij, but still hung on there for second. Ben Turner in third. Mads Pedersen, he's always going to be there, collecting points for the purple jersey. It just didn't quite have it. Olaf Kooij, it was the perfect way to round out the weather. The only way.
I love a sprint day.
You can't tell, Adam.